Hey, what's up guys, how you all doing? So, Devstream 81 had a lot of reveals in it and a lot of talk of things to come in the future. You can of course rewatch the Devstream on Play Warframe's YouTube channel. It also had the developers of Warframe apologising and admitting that they kind of messed up with regards constantly delaying the War Within and breaking the updates into segments. But I'm not going to dwell on any of that. I've said my piece in my previous video and I'm just going to move on. In the Devstream, they spoke about content for veterans and upcoming endgame and how we will have different variations of it, different options for us to play and not just one type of endgame. They showcased the upcoming custom mission generator, create your own mission where clan warlords will get to create a mission of their choosing, allowing them to pick enemies, set their levels, pick the tile sets to run the missions on, and of course challenge their clan mates to see if they can complete their master's challenge. So only your clan leaders will be able to create these missions for you, but they will be able to set the challenge, so it could be a lot more fun, maybe more endless styled missions. Steve also touched on the fact that endless missions will be kind of returning to the game with rewards and stuff like that for us to run as well. But when the custom missions hits the game, when it hits, and I'm not sure when that will be, my challenge for my clan will be to set up a mission with nothing but insanely high Eximus rollerballs. If I can make Eximus Arctic rollerballs, then that's exactly what I'm going to do, just so as the feckers can't escape the balls. Why, I hear you ask, why would I be so cruel? Simply for my own enjoyment. I want to make my clan members suffer. I apologise. During the dev stream, they also showcased a work in progress version of Ash's reworked Bladestorm, a prototype version of his Bladestorm that's still pretty much subject to change. I think Scott said it was dealing a little bit lower damage during the dev stream, but it was going to be buffed right back up. Now this new Bladestorm allows you to mark enemies or multi-mark them and choose which ones you want to be affected by Ash's Bladestorm or which ones you want to kill. It looks good and each mark will cost energy, so his energy system has been kind of completely reworked. Whether Ash players will like it or not, I guess we will just have to wait and see what the damage of it is actually like, whether it's kind of the same or whether it's nerfed or buffed or whatever. So his long awaited rework is definitely inbound, and along with the rework they also showed off his new deluxe skin, which looks really nice. It costs platinum of course, but it looks great. Expect the rework and the deluxe skin to drop into the game at the same time. Scott also briefly mentioned a possible Limbo rework that he's working on right now, but it is a long way away at the minute, and how he doesn't really want to anger the Limbo faithful, because of course there are lots of players who think Limbo is complete shit, but there are a lot of players who also think a Limbo is really good. Now they also spoke about the upcoming Corpus Index event, which is basically the Corpus Rathum, and how Nef Anyo will be appearing in it, and how there might be some kind of betting, whether it's betting credits or your soul or whatever, who knows. In one of the images we did get to see a new Corpus Tonfa weapon, so it will be fun to see how that weapon plays out. Now as well, in the Index event you can expect new mods for us to get our hands on, so make sure and have enough credits ready for when that Index Rathum event drops, which is going to be before the War Within, so sometime next month. Along with them showing off Ash's new deluxe skin in the dev stream, they also showcased artwork for the new Frost and Chroma deluxe skin, which I'm not going to lie, look feckin' amazing. A decent Chroma skin is something I've really wanted for a very long time. There is a few Tenno Gen ones coming out soon, but I'm not that fond of them. I don't really think they're that great. But Chroma's deluxe skin might just be amazing if it's implemented right. I mean, Banshee's deluxe skin looked a lot better in the artwork than it did when it got added into the game. It was more jagged and more badass in the artwork, but it didn't look like that when it got added into the game. I'm not saying it's a bad deluxe skin, it just didn't look like what it looked like in the artwork. Now Frost's deluxe skin made it look like some kind of steroid induced Viking badass, and he looks incredibly ripped, but it does look really fucking good. Another thing they mentioned during the dev stream was how they're working on making Sword and Shield more unique, or Sword and Board, making shielding actually worth it by giving each Sword and Shield their own unique buff mechanic, whether it's a damage increase or whatever, depending on how much you have blocked. I guess we'll have to wait and see for that one as well. Right now, using Sword and Board is no different than using just, I guess, any old sword. I mean, blocking with the Vacor Sidon is almost as effective as blocking with the Ak and Brunt, because the Vacor Sidon is a stick, and we all know that sticks are great at blocking bullets. Now of course I haven't touched on absolutely everything that they mentioned during the dev stream. They mentioned new foliage textures, new lighting, how they're busy with the War Within, how there's possible changes to the focus system, all of which you can rewatch, like I said, on Warframe's YouTube channel if you haven't seen the dev stream itself. Out of everything they mentioned, apart from the War Within, I kind of can't wait to see what the Chroma Deluxe skin will look like when it gets added, what the sword and shield changes will be like, because I'm a huge sword and shield fan. But the big one for me is of course the custom missions and being able to fully test myself and my clan mates with random craziness, especially if you can go into setting a mission full of enemies that maybe drop a certain mod or a certain resource that might help increase my clan members' chances of getting that item. But they did say in the dev stream that they're going to test how that works with regards resources and drops, because they might need to tone it down. If you go and put a mission full of nothing but manics, then they might need to tone down the drop rate. Oh, also they kind of touched on the sortie nemesis system just a little bit, and how it will be very similar to the nemesis system in Shadows of Mordor, if you know how that works. But you guys let me know what you think of the changes mentioned in the dev stream, what you thought sounded good, or if anything maybe disappointed you, or if you're a little bit wary of anything being added to the game, like maybe the Ash rework, if you're afraid it might not be what you think it's going to be. Remember to leave a like if you enjoyed the video, or don't if you didn't. Subscribe for more Warframe, and as always, thanks very much for watching.